All right. The memorandums of understanding have already been sealed between India and Israel, and in some heartwarming messages, both prime ministers have congratulated each other. Prime Minister Modi has also gone on to say that India and Israel are both on the same page when it comes to terrorism. There is no place for terrorism in the world in any form, in any expression. Terrorism cannot be accepted. A path to peace has been created through the Gaza peace plan, and that humanity must never become a victim of conflict. With that message for peace, Prime Minister Modi has in fact sealed that visit to Israel, a historic one indeed. And in fact, equally heartwarming was Prime Minister Netanyahu's words for India when he reminded Prime Minister Modi that his first date with his wife Sarah Netanyahu happened to be in an Indian restaurant, and they both enjoy Indian food a lot. So that was also his way of expressing his love for Indian culture and cuisine. More importantly, both countries have in fact announced deals as far as AI is concerned, quantum computing, even critical minerals. Prime Minister has also announced that an agreement has been reached for the use of UPI in Israel, as we've seen that digital payments have already been catching up across the globe, in fact, not just Israel. But the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has also lauded India's foray into digital payment as well. At the same time, Prime Minister has also highlighted how India and Israel have now decided to establish the critical and emerging technologies partnership. Defense, of course, has featured on top of these deals, but Prime Minister has also indicated that a mutually beneficial free trade agreement will be finalized between India and Israel in the days ahead. Prime Minister, of course, focusing on the need for a peaceful resolution to the conflict in Gaza. Even yesterday, during his speech in the Knesset, he talked about how it should be a resolution which should be under the framework of the UN Security Council, which also has been observed as an indirect snub to the US President's own initiative under the Gaza Board of Peace. Prime Minister, of course, calling for a peaceful resolution to the conflict in West Asia. But it is a host of MOUs that have been forged between New Delhi and Tel Aviv today, in fact, in Jerusalem, that go on to indicate this increasing strength of the partnership between Israel and India. India, of course, looking towards exchanging critical emerging technologies as well. Let's quickly go across to Sanjay Suri, who's joining us live from Ground Zero. Sanjay, what a heartwarming meeting between both the heads of state. Prime Minister Netanyahu, interestingly, also referring to the Indian connect between him and his wife, Sarah Netanyahu. But much of that later. Do shed light on the agreements that have been forged today.
Well, the first thought that comes to mind is that the bureaucracy in both countries certainly has been working for its wages. We were speaking of a conceptual agreement, and we were waiting for the nuts and bolts. So there are lots of nuts and bolts now. These are letters of intent, but they have been worked out in considerable detail. And there is now agreement across a whole range of issues. We're talking about agriculture, of course, that's the big one, but also fisheries, UPI that the Prime Minister of India spoke about. We are talking about technology. We are talking about AI. We are talking about reach across rural areas, geophysical explorations. The works is a very wide-ranging subject of areas that has been agreed to work on and to develop. But in all of these, the interesting bottom line, the common thread running through all of these is to work for joint development of technology and services rather than importation, rather than any assumption that there is a greater technology one side and not on the other. We have not seen that to be entirely the case. We saw that with the Barak 8 missile system, where India and Israel work together with a good deal of input from India. So there's a great deal that India has to bring to the table also by way of technology. And the two countries have agreed now to work across a whole range of areas. And this is looking very promising indeed.
Absolutely, and extremely heartening to see that personal chemistry between Bibi and Prime Minister Modi also now translating onto trade as well. India very hopeful of finalizing that FTA. Many thanks to you, Sanjay. Have a great stay over there as we return with the latest news and updates with that.